Happening now, they say politics makes strange bedfellows, and in one really odd alliance, the Tea Party is joining forces with, get this, labor unions and environmentalists in what could be a significant free speech case. Judge Andrew Napolitano, Fox News senior judicial analyst, is joining us. This is a case out of Georgia where a Republican senator has introduced a law, written a law that would allow police to arrest people who are protesting outside private homes.
You know, President Obama signed in secret last week a federal law that allows the Secret Service to ban protests anywhere near anyone that the Secret Service is protesting. So I am not surprised that some states, although we only know of one, Georgia, as you point out, John, are trying to pick up on this on the state level. Here are the basics. The First Amendment protects your right to free speech, your right to associate, your right to be in public groups, your right to shout at the government, your right to protest the government, called a redress of grievances. So such a statute, the one the president signed last week and the one that is being proposed in Georgia, should it ever be enacted by the legislature and signed by the Georgia governor, directly contradict the First Amendment. That's why you have groups as disparate as labor unions on the left and the Tea Party on the right saying, we all want the right to protest.
Well, this is, I guess, geared at trying to prevent the kind of mayhem that can erupt when, say, a labor union pickets outside the home of a corporate head. We've seen those situations, and they can get pretty ugly.
Yes, we have. And in fact, John, the Georgia state senator or legislator, I'm not sure exactly which house of the legislature he is in, is himself the head of a major corporation somewhere outside of Atlanta, who has himself been the target of these demonstrations, which is all the more reason he shouldn't be doing this, because he cannot use his position in the government to stifle free speech. We're not talking about demonstrations at 3 o'clock in the morning that keep the children awake. There obviously is a time, place, and manner regulation. We're talking about what he wants, an absolute ban on certain types of demonstrations by certain people for certain political opinions. That the First Amendment simply won't tolerate, and that's why you have the right and the left joining in opposition to it.
Well, and this thing that you mentioned that President Obama signed is essentially the same kind of law that would apply nationwide?
Yes. Yes, it's a very interesting statute, John. There was very little public debate and there were no public hearings, and it lets the Secret Service make this decision on the basis of what the crowd is going to say. So if the crowd is pro-President Obama, the Secret Service can let them stay. If the crowd is against President Obama, the Secret Service can disperse them. Now, this law is only a week old. So far as we know, it's never been used, but it too is a candidate ripe for invalidation by a judge.
Yeah, it sounds like the kind of thing that King George might have wanted.
Actually, even he didn't go that far.
Right. Judge Andrew Napolitano, interesting. Thanks very much.
Pleasure to be with you. Where's Jenna? Is she there?
Jenna's right here.
All right.
She'll be talking soon enough.
Thank you, Judge, for that.